Been playing the Jeskai Lotus Field deck recently, been doing really well with it. I wanted to explore some other options, and this is, a combination of a lot of different ideas. We've played with Brought Back on the channel in the past. I think I've even played, like, Boros in the past, too, but, before Modern Horizons 2. Smooch, thank you for the 9 months, appreciate ya. Yeah, the Jeskai Lotus Field deck's been really sick lately, and Akura for the 5 months. The big ideas here are that we get to play the best one-drops in the format, Ragavan and Esper Sentinel. Esper Sentinel is actually really strong in the deck, where you can actually buff it with Showdown of the Skalds, which I found to be really strong. I think Simon recently had a deck list that was like humans with Showdown, but like I really didn't like their Blank Thalia in Showdown, but and this list kind of feels like a really good home for it. And you also have Ranger-Captain, which is, a good card against the combo decks, especially against Cascade decks. It can find you either Ragavan or Sentinel, which is a big buff to Ranger-Captain to like just be able to find the best one-drops in the format. And then also Ranger-Captain works well with Brought Back. Brought Back works well with the Evoke Elementals, Showdown of the Skalds, and Lotus Field. I was playing 4 yesterday, but I kept like drawing too early and really disliking it. So I ended up cutting the 4th Brought Back for the 25th land. 4 of these are Valakut Awakening, so we should be somewhat insulated from Mana Flood. We also have a pretty high curve. I think those are the main ideas. We're also playing, of course, the Bloodstone Lotus Field, Flagstones, Engine. Not playing Wildfire, kind of playing Brought Back over Wildfire. Stormbreath Dragon on the sideboard I'm pretty excited about. Forge-Tender has extra 2 targets for Ranger-Captain. I thought about playing Gorilla Shaman, but just like, you think even against Hammer Time, the card's just kind of slow and weak. You play Rhinebeck's matches with Grixis Shadow? Yeah, of course. Of course we'll play Grixis Shadow again at some point. I've got, every Grixis Shadow pilot's super opinionated. I like a lot of the deck building decisions that Soulstrong has made. But I'm still kind of thinking about how I build the list. I think I want to play more Spell Pierces, I know, in the sideboard than Soulstrong is playing. I'm playing Stormbreath Dragon is really good against the Solitude, Teferi, Time Raveler, Prismatic Ending decks. Really good in the mirror, really good against the Blue-White X control decks, good against Omnath. Just kind of crushes those decks. And you also have like a lot of mana in this deck too, so you can even activate the Monstrous ability. Yeah, I've made deck Fulminator in this kind of deck in the past. Okay, sadly I have to mulligan this. Ugh. 25 lands, by the way. You go to 5? I think we go to 5. Okay, I'll keep this, and let's put back Solitude, Flagstones. Need this Ragavan to connect. Is Esper Sentinel just curious? Good one-drop? Is there synergy I'm missing? You can buff the Esper Sentinel with Showdown of the Skalds to make it gigantic, and then like you get to draw a ton of cards off of it. Okay, my opponent's mulligan to 4. Check if I still have 3 Rest in Peace on the board. I do. Iron Pipan, thank you for the 8 months. Appreciate you. Thank you for the hat compliment too. The most important thing anybody could ever give me. But Sentinel is also, of course, just a good one-drop in Modern. Okay, it is Tron. Bloodsun doesn't stop Tron. We do got 4 Fulminators in the sideboard. They mull to 4. We have a, hopefully uncontested Ragavan. I will say that the Jeskai Lotus Field deck probably... Oh, interesting. Okay. Yeah, let's find a Lotus Field with that. Let's find a Lotus Field with that. You like the 3 Dullets instead of only 1 on Grixis Shadow? Yeah, I also agree. I'm like way higher on Lightning Bolt than everybody else is in Grixis Shadow. I do think that adding the Turoks to the sideboard makes sense if you have to they're good, but you do have to play 19 lands, I think. And I usually play 18, but I think if you add the Turoks to the sideboard, you have to play the... Oh no. Dang it. I can't cast that. I almost can cast that. Just a mana shy. Alright, so we get to get a brand new hand of Valakut Awakening. Kind of weird that they didn't crack their star, right? Wonder if they just have Tron. Yeah, I agree that the Turoks are really good. I actually was playtesting this deck last night. I got crushed by Turok. They do just have natural Tron. Kind of scary. Karn -3 on field, yeah. Be pretty bad. Field loses Hexproof from Blood Sun. I think let's go for a Warm Coil. Still not cracking that Chromatic Star. Maybe I'll Prismatic Ending it. Alright, so we're going to see 5 new cards, including our Drill Step. Not super helpful. 5 new cards. We have Solitudes that can answer this. We did find Solitude. Yeah, I think I'll just exile this and cast Showdown here. The life gain's, of course, a problem. We hit brought back Ranger-Captain, Prismatic Ending, Flagstones. Okay. Was there any thought to keeping it brought back from the previous hands? I don't think you should have. I don't know. I think we need to dig really deep. Yeah, you'd have to tell me. You'd have to really sell me on it, but I don't foresee it being good. Yeah, evoke brought back. Yeah, you can evoke and then brought back the card you evoke. Oh, awesome! Glad to hear that Ginger's going for the race. Oh, cool! Got another trophy yesterday. I saw that Ginger's been playing a lot of Grixis, right? Grixis has been really crushing it. Opponent deep in the tank. They only have 3 cards in their hand. I don't know how they can be tanking this hard. Yeah, I don't think they're tanking. I think they're probably just, like, DC'd. They've got 2 minutes of inactivity at the moment. Alright, finally sacks that Chromatic Star. 4 cards in the hand now. Maybe they're trying to look up Yavimaya plus Blood Sun rulings. I think that might actually be what's happening here. Yeah, Blood Sun stops all abilities besides mana abilities, and these are mana abilities. I remember when Blood Sun first came out, some Tron decks were trying it out, and it was weird, but they were, like, some green-red Tron decks were just main decking Blood Sun. Okay, they play Urza's Tower. They play Karn. They minus card. They can get the Worm Coil that I exiled if they want. They get Trinisphere? I have a Prismatic Ending. Yeah, I don't remember what the thought was behind playing, Alright, so I'm gonna make green, red, white. 2, 3. Grow the Ragavan. Exile. Ranger-Captain, grow the Ragavan, and I can't also play the Sentinel. I think I'll take backup Ragavan as red card for Fury, / backup against a sweeper, and then I have to think if I'm going to sack this Ranger-Captain in their upkeep or not. Seems okay too. Seems that we lost the brought back. We got a 3 and a 3 for 1 off of this, plus a bunch of counters. The Cooling Oracle is a bad magic card. I would not say that. No, it's a fine magic card. Okay, so I think we just attack and then see what we find off the Ragavan. We could cast a Karn, either Karn. O-Stone. O-Stone's kind of interesting. I think I'll just go Fury, counter on Ragavan, and then Cast the O-Stone, counter on Fury. You ever seen a 5-4 Ragavan before? Yeah, Spike has a cool brew. Really exciting. Lots of cool cards. This deck is 33% MH2 cards. Spike, what do you have to say for yourself? You're playing Modern Horizons 2 cards in your modern deck? It's pretty cringe, if you ask me. Pretty whack, I might say. Sorry for the hard language. Modern Horizons 2 cards? Not my modern format. Okay, they play Urza Saga, it immediately dies, but they get their hand emptier for bridge. Got another Prismatic Ending, which is nice. 8, 13. Not quite lethal. Oh, whoops. Wrong thing. I could activate the Oblivion Stone here. For a fate counter. No, sorry, I can't because of Karn. Never mind. I'm just going to kill Karn and hit them for 5. Oh, man. I really wish I could cast that. Oh, yeah, I guess I can fate counter end of turn anyways. Why not kill Karn and hit them for 8? They can get a Worm Coil with Karn. They can get their Ensnaring Bridge back with Karn. We just lose to the Ensnaring Bridge if we don't find our fourth Prismatic Ending. And we also have lethal next turn, yeah. But we lose if we don't kill Karn, so I think we should kill Karn. They have a Blast Zone, which ability is turned off by Blood Sun. Hit Karn with Ragavan. Oh, I see. I mean, we could hit a Karn the Great Creator off this Ragavan and like just kind of win the game on the spot, right? Turn as Blast Zone mystery card. They exile my Ragavan, which is fine with me. Play Urza's Mine as the one unknown card. So Rag would have killed Rag. Yeah, the legend rule is still a thing. So we can put our opponent to 1 life here by dashing Ragavan. I think I'll do that. Yeah, Blast Zone I believe enters with no counters. We'll have 7 mana after this hit, so we could cast a card liberated if we found one. No, stop teasing me, deck. Alright, 3 mana shy. Yeah, let me just hold up the Solitude, I think. Okay, 1 game 1 feels pretty good because now we have 4 Fulminator Mages to bring in. Could also think about bringing in some copies of Wear Tear. My opponent's playing Saga, which like is not something that you see in Mono Green Tron that often, but of course makes me like interested in some amount of Wear Tears. Maybe I'll just like start with 2. I want to keep in the Prismatic Endings, and then I think I'll play like 1 or 2 Fury, and then like 2 Solitude. Yeah, maybe I'll try to do 2 of each. You can probably trim a Showdown. Brought back's really good with Fulminator Mage. Can I trim a Ranger-Captain, maybe? Probably okay to trim 1. It's not a bad card in the matchup, though. Yeah, Stormbreath Dragon is really good against the Solitude, Teferi, Time Raveler, Prismatic Ending deck. Just protection from white is great at the moment, and this deck can activate the monstrous ability. Yeah, I was playing... Yeah, I agree that this synergy might not be worth Fulminator Mage as a sideboard card. Although I do think that like land destruction effects are good at Modern at the moment, with like Titan being really popular, so... It is possible this isn't the best choice, though. You could play Cleansing Wildfire, you could play Obsidian Charmal, but this does have synergy with Brought-Back, of course. Yeah, like the blue-white and 4-color decks, they like really, really fear Stormbreath Dragon. Probably mulliganing this. Turn 1 ending is good, but it's not as good as turn 1 Ragavan usually. Okay, so we have Bloodsun, Lotus Field, Ragavan. So put back the brought back. Oh no, sorry, I'll put back second Bloodsun. We do need to draw a land, probably. Turn 1 Saga? Okay, well. Why Mono Green Tron is playing Saga on turn 1? That's so weird, actually. So it didn't draw lands, but if we draw a land, we get to kill their Saga with the Bloodsun. No beats for 17 months. Let's go. Chat looks very catty today. Yeah, I'm sure we'll be yelling at somebody. Alright, land off the top. Okay, no land. Maybe we'll draw an expedition map. Or sorry, Someone Scrag or something. No, just a Karn. Okay. So they get the Saga. You won the championship with 4-color animate? Awesome. Glad somebody believes in that deck. I like that deck a lot, of course. Morning Bata. So they don't use the mana on the expedition map immediately, but they can crack, you know, end of turn. Exile Urza's Mine. Bloodsun. Let's go. Let's go. I can't bring it back with brought back, but I will take it. I'll destroy it on their upkeep just in case they have... Okay, there's no way they have Veil of Summer, right? Alright, I exiled an Urza's Mine with Ragavan, so I'll target the mine. And then they don't sack the map. That's something I'm happy about. They get the third Urza's Mine. This Bloodsun knobs up Tron lands for making their absurd amount of mana. Yeah, Bloodsun doesn't specifically says loses all abilities except mana abilities, and these are mana abilities. Okay, and then they get the third Urza's Mine off Ancient Stirrings. Stop revealing Ulamog. Okay. Inspiring Vantage, Ragavan, Fury, Pathway. There's also an Ulamog over here. Can't cast anything else besides the brought back. Alright, see if they have the power plant. Hey Tannen, how's it going? They do have the power plant, they decide to play it. Karn liberated. They can exile my Lotus Field if they know I lose this hexproof. They instead exile the Showdown of the Skalds, which I think is fine. So this is my only red card, but I can get another red card with Ranger-Captain if I want. So I think I'll go ahead and play just second Showdown first. Fury, Needleverge, Pathway, Ragavan are over here. 3 copies of Esper Sentinel, and we hit a Lotus Field. Awesome. So, okay, so I think first I'm going to cast a Sentinel. And then we'll go Ranger-Captain for Ragavan, pitch the Ragavan to Fury, kill Karn. Oh, I guess I should have attacked first. Oh, man. Sorry, I forgot that I wasn't getting counters on my creatures this turn. So if I hit, you know, Ulamog or something. I guess not Ulamog. Okay, expedition map. Yeah, I would have liked to cast the expedition map, actually. I guess I still can. I can also brought back on Ranger-Captain and Fury if I want to, but I think I'll just go Sentinel expedition map. Sack Ranger-Captain in their upkeep. Okay, I still keep that other Sentinel for next turn. Will we see more the Vampire Apocalypse near future again? Maybe I'll play it when I want to. I did think about playing it today. We have more mana than our Tron opponent. Oh, sorry, I think supposed to cast spells pre-combat, although I could hit Ulamog here. That could be more relevant. Sylvan Scrying, okay. Third Lotus Field. Ideally, I want to save the brought back for the Showdown. We'll see if it matters. All right, really good first showing for the Boros deck, huh? Playing against Giganta, the Wellspring. Can we fit any Ephemerate in the list? It's not free. I guess I have to keep this. But like, it's not. You know, maybe. Why not Wildfire? I'm playing brought back over Wildfire. It's mostly like a mana curve consideration. You don't want like infinite of that effect, but obviously like Wildfire is a card to consider. Yeah. If you want to add Ephemerate, you also like you need like a few more cards to Ephemerate. Opponent's playing Tron again. Okay, we did just beat this matchup, although my hand's a little bit worse, I think. Although land is great here. Yeah, it's Yorion time! You got deck chat wants to add a card? Let's add Yorion. Yorion would be, you know, powerful for sure, though. But I think you just lose on too much of your synergies, though. Why Wandering Mind? It's only in Reanimate? I mean, Wandering Mind is a whole different conversation. But people play Wandering Mind in more decks than just Reanimator. Oh, this is Eldrazi Tron. Is it? They're not playing Dismember because they have Giganta. I guess we'll see. Yeah, Bloodstone turns off Flagstones. But you need the Flagstones, like, you know, you don't always have Bloodstone, so Flagstones powers up your Lotus Fields, and then you can also Valakut Awakening away extra copies of Flagstones. With Yorion, we probably play Urza Saga. You would never play Urza Saga in your Bloodsun deck. Alright, Sac Relic Progenitus, top deck the Power Plant. Gross. Cast Karn the Great Creator. What's the reason for always attacking before playing the land with Rag? There's you'd have to tell me a reason why that's bad, but like typically you could, if you don't need to use anything pre-combat with your mana, you can afford to wait until second main phase. Okay, why are my Tron opponents just grabbing Trinisphere against me? I don't really get it. We do kind of need to find a Lotus Field. Think some of burn variants? Maybe, yeah. But I don't have Luris. Alright, Karn, Liberator, probably losing this one. Trying to figure out how we beat the Karn here. I think I mean, we could draw like... We have to draw Lotus Field. I think I need to keep the Showdown in my hand. Nah. Yeah, we need to draw Lotus Field into something to cast that turn. Okay, so we're going to bring in the Mages, and then not seeing Urza Saga, I'm not going to bring in Wear Tear, I think. And just go -2, -2. Stormbreath is for the white decks. It's for the, there's a lot of blue-white control, 4-color Omnath, Jeskai Lotus Field, the white decks. Over Glorybringer, Goldspan. Those cards aren't playable because they don't have protection from white. We're playing it for protection for white. You can also activate the monstrous ability way easier in this deck than a lot of other ones. Tech for Bibba. Cool. Cool. I'm not sure that you need to play 2 copies of Ugin's Conjurant. Maybe you do, because it's your only spirit for your Celestial Kirin. Okay, I think I'm supposed to keep Ragavan on the play here. Turn 2 Ranger-Captain, get a Sentinel. I would probably lean towards playing 3 copies of Celestial Kirin, 1 copy of Ugin's Conjurant. You could even do like 2-1 with the Eladamri's Call with the ability to tutor the Conjurant. I think maybe you just have too many of these numbers. I will say that I'm not super happy with Skyclave Apparition in Modern at the moment. It's a card that I've been sadly underwhelmed by. Alright, let's go. I guess I'm going to cast that and then brought it back next turn. Yeah, it's a card I've been underwhelmed by, a card that I'm not super high on at the moment. I'll play Flagstones, so if I draw a second Flagstones, I can maximize brought back a little bit. So I feel like maybe I would play 1, maybe I would play 0 of these, but I think I'd be more inclined to be like 2 Kirin, 1 Conjurant, 1 Skyclave, and that's 4 cuts. I think you can play 4 copies of Prismatic Ending instead. I think that's what I'd like to see. I like the Giver of Runes. I'm not sure necessarily how much Wrenn and 6 shines in a deck like this. I mean, of course, like just hitting your land drops is nice. 21 lands, probably fine. You have 2 Horizon Canopies. Yeah, it's probably fine. I might play a second Forge-Tender in the sideboard. I'm not 100% sure. Oh, please. No, they're exiling it. Oh, no. I was hoping they'd kill it. It's okay. We can tutor another one with Ranger-Captain. Do you think Skyclave is better than Prismatic in a Cocoa Shell? I mean, it depends on the Cocoa Shell. But, like, yeah, Skyclave gets a lot of points if you're playing Collector Company, of course. Sideboard looks pretty good, though. I do want the second Forge-Tender. I don't necessarily love the Veil of Summers here, though. Might like a 3rd Endurance. Endurance is pretty strong. Yeah, I think I will go Ranger-Captain Ragavan here over Showdown. Yeah, Ranger-Captain definitely picks up a lot of stock when you can just get the best 1-drops in the format. Yeah, I think those are my main thoughts. Cool list, though. Cool list. Watching into the Chess World Championship. I'm not invested in chess. Oh, Skyclave. Yeah, Skyclave also is a spirit for Kirin. Kind of stinks that it's not a May ability. You still have 1 copy. I don't know. I just haven't been that impressed by the card. Okay, they played another relic instead of sacking a relic here. My Kingdom for a Stony Silence. I almost had a Stony Silence. Oh, I could actually hit Karn, the Great Creator, off Ragavan to stop all of these artifacts. That'd be pretty sick. Never lucky. Alright, I will go ahead and cycle the Sphere. See if we find a Fulminator Mage. Sacking the treasure, so if I draw Lotus Field, I can play it, sack the Flagstones. No Lotus Field, there is a... Or I can also just play a land off the Showdown. But I did find a Fulminator Mage, so we'll see if they have Tron this turn. Oh, I should have probably upkeep sacked, actually. Maybe not. Like, I'm not sure that I'm necessarily that scared of Tron this turn. Although if they sack for a green, I could respond to this, so they can't cast Tutor Effect. It's kind of close. Both lines seem fine to me. No, I've never played the Pokemon TCG either. I've never done anything fun or anything that anybody in the chat likes. Ever done LARPing? I have once. One with a friend of mine who's really into it. Okay, so I'm like definitely playing the Fulminator Mage this turn, and like can still cast Karn the Great Creator off Ragavan. Even after playing the Fulminator Mage, if I guess I could hit Karn Liberated, and live with some regrets. Sell and Urza's Mine. Actually a pretty good one to hit there, right? Pretty good hand, too. Big Ragavan. Morning, Jessica. I figured out, I think, the budget replacement for Ragavan in the Lotus Field deck, or the Jeskai Lotus Field deck, should be Tail's End, probably, because it's like, you want a card for big mana combo control. I think Tail's End is kind of like the card you want there. Kind of hard to cast Counterspell. Subs Cascade too. I think it's the card. I don't think it's as good as Ragavan, but I think it's the card I'd play. It's like 4 Tail's End. Look, there's other options too, at least. Forest for turn. Opponent should be just dead next turn if they can't. Okay, they just wilt my Sentinel. Okay, I do need to find the ability to play one more spell pre-combat to kill my opponent. So if I draw an untapped land here, they die, or a 1 or 2 mana spell. That does it. Also draws 4 cards. No, this is game 2. We lost game 1. Lost game 1. Man, they've got a lot of artifacts, huh? I feel like I still want 2 Solitude, 2 Fury. So for a good hand, huh? Definitely a passable hand. It's hard to mulligan. Turn 1 Ragavan against Tron, and then we can Lotus Field away our Flagstones. Turn 2 Ranger-Captain. Brought back Ranger-Captain. Can also brought back my 2 lands. We'll see. Would have loved a Prismatic Ending this map. They did keep 7. Would also love to draw another Fulminator Mage off the top, like we did last game. How concerned should we be that opponent kept a 7-card hand? I mean, I'm not, you know, gonna waste my life worrying about silly things like that. 7-card hands. Who cares? Who cares? It's fine. Do we sack Ranger-Captain this turn? How bad is Karn liberated for us? It's not that good, but I kind of feel like I need to keep the pressure on a little bit. I think that, like, the Ranger-Captain... Like, if I can, like, brought back Ranger-Captain next turn, that might even just be better. Like, if stop Ugin next turn. Maybe they have Worm Coil. Which this doesn't stop anyways. They do have Worm Coil. I have 2 Solitudes in my deck that can exile this. None in my hand at the moment, though. I think I'll just play 2 Sentinels and a Lotus Field. And I get the Triome for Prismatic Ending. And then I can upkeep sack now. Just stop Ugin for a turn. Then if I draw Fulminator Mage, I get to go Fulminator Mage plus brought back. How about a Sacred Foundry? So they must have like a wilt or something there. They decided not to cast it. It was hard to mulligan that opening hand. Maybe we should have, though. And they pay for the first Sentinel trigger. They pay for all three. And what do they get off of Karn? For Solitude, exile this, kill Karn, hit them with Ragavan. EE. They get Walking Ballista. Play a star. Yeah, Ballista's kind of game over. Oh! So we get to go send everything at Karn. Right in the nick of time, huh? Now, you know, we're still in the fire, but I think we're all out of the frying pan. And the triple Sentinel are actually get to do some work now. Good turn, huh? Thanks, Mastermind. Wouldn't you be out of the fire but back in the frying pan? Well, in The Hobbit, it's like, he said, we're out of the frying pan, but we're into the fire. So it's like we're out of the first bad stage, we're onto the second one. So like how I've always interpreted it, instead of, but you're interpreting it as we've gone from bad to worse. Which I guess is, you know, fine take. Okay, so like them attacking with Warp Coil opens me up to a plethora of top decks from the top of their library, and I've got plenty of mana for them too. They play Sanctum of Ugin for turn. And then they tapping 2 mana for a 1/1 Ballista. So the metaphor is bad to worse. I guess that's never really how I interpret it. It's like, yeah, bad to worse, but it's like we only have one bad thing left. Maybe that's a little too optimistic, huh? Alright, hitting 2 lands here is bad. We at least do get to Lotus Field, then our library a little bit. They're going to block a Sentinel, kill the Ragavan. Can I elaborate a little on the land destruction choices? Well, we had Urza's Mine exiled, so I wanted to kill one of the mines for sure. And then usually it's better to leave Tower in play, since if you can make them tap Tower to tutor for the Tron piece, they might be down 1 mana. They're just blocking Ragavan? And they kill a Sentinel instead of the Ragavan. Interesting. Wonder why that is. Thoughtseize interviews for the 8 months. Appreciate ya. Worm Coil's, of course, huge problem still. It's not gonna just beat them down in time. Worried about mutagenic growth? Is the word? Am I worried about mutagenic growth out of Tron? No. I am not. I'm just, you know, trying to understand the block. Okay, I think I'll leave a Sentinel back to chump block. But this is obviously an insane top deck. What a crazy game. We could also hit, we could cast Ulamog if we hit it here. We keep hitting Ulamogs off Ragavan, but now is the time to actually hit it. Stirrings. Okay, let me cast a Showdown first. What if you still play Just Guy Phoenix? There's been like a really big uptick in Amulet Titan, and it's like a somewhat uptick in Tron, which are like kind of Phoenix's worst matchups. So I've been kind of off of it lately, I guess. That's not to say I'll never play it again, of course. I do really like the deck. Yeah, so they're gonna wilt my Sentinel here. If they do that, I get to draw a card. They might wilt the Showdown. Stirrings can't hit Sentinel. It can only hit colorless cards. Yeah, Prismatic Ending on 6/5 head. Okay, the 4 life is actually really relevant. Alright, let's put 5 really powerful cards on the bottom of our library. We can shuffle those back in with the Lotus Field sacking Flagstones next turn. So I'll prioritize doing that. Good morning, Esther. How's Boros Field been over Jeskai? I mean, there's reason to play this deck over Jeskai. I only play tested like 4 matches last night. I think it was 3-1. And so like the jury's still out, but there's something here for sure. All right, I'll take 6. I have no fear. I got a little bit of fear. Would be to 6/6. We have a Worm Coil in our deck, but we can also like we can overpower this with like raw cards, and like destroy their lands with Fulminator Mage and stuff. I can also just hit Ulamog or Karn with Ragavan, and that probably wins. They put Blast Zone into their hand. Okay. Well, I don't have a... Oh, no, I'm dead to Blast Zone. I'm dead to Blast Zone. Dang it, I didn't jump block last turn. I need to hit something off Ragavan. We had Ancient Stirrings again, which I don't think gives us any outs. Oh, sorry, didn't even float mana. I mean, this game's over. Yeah, I can't hit anything. Dang it. Yeah, we have 2 Solitudes in the deck at the moment. I don't have a companion, no. I guess, like, we could make them go for it, but they're gonna go for it. Bummer. Rough start. Really thought we were gonna pull back. That match was crazy. I really thought we were gonna pull back. This hand's close. I think I'm gonna mulligan. Yeah, this hand's a keep on the play. Put back second Fury. Triumphs. Yeah, I think we had Triumph on the field. I guess, yeah, so you're saying we could have hit Triumph off Stirrings? Yeah, maybe. Put in small to 6. Turn 1 Monkey. Yeah, I guess I'm going to Fury the Ragavan so that I don't have to trade a Sentinel here. Double Sentinel is really strong against Murktide. Okay, the Triumph was on the field. Okay, never mind then. How good was the Stirrings? I had doubts about casting anyways. Well, the Stirrings couldn't find us anything, but it's like we didn't have anything else, so we were trying to evaluate, like, does the Stirrings save us there? And it didn't, of course. Well, it's bad. No Prismatic Ending? Yeah, no Prismatic Ending. Okay, probably not dashing the Ragavan into the explosives. They did miss their land drop here. I'll leave the Triumph in the deck to cycle. Yeah, brought back would have been actually a great top deck. Okay, Graveyard Ragavan. Why did you decide to make the mana base fetchless? Alright, I'll give you one guess why there's no fetch lands in the deck. Walrus spoiled it. Yeah, Bloodsun. Yeah, I know the fetch lands are good with brought back, of course, but big Nombo with the fetch lands. I guess it's probably fine to trade Ragavan for a Channeler and then play the Awakening tap so I can start hardcasting the 5 drops. So they need to find land or sorcery off these to get Delirium, and they found it, and we just kind of lose here. Right. Off of it. No, main deck explosives is very common out of Murktide. Like, they're really soft to Chalice, they're really soft. It's mostly, and they're soft to Hammer Time. And so the main deck, the main deck Chalice is common to, like, fight both of those problems. Yeah, I think I'm gonna cut the brought back so I can bring in Rest in Peace. Play 2 Fury. Yeah, but this deck is, like, way listed on brought back than other older versions have been, but I think it's still a playable card of the deck. Kind of hard to EE Chalice. Not at all. You just play Chalice on 0, explosives on 0, and kill the Chalice. The Chalice is almost always going to be on 1 against you. Is this build different from what we were trophying with yesterday? Yeah, this is a new version. Just kind of trying out something else. I don't like this hand very much, but I think I have to keep on 6. Nice to draw a Flagstones, maybe? Although I guess the Rest in Peace turns off the Flagstones trigger. We're a 25 land deck. And, you know, we do have, you know, Ragavan shut off here, which is nice. Nice. I did draw Flagstones. Yeah, I'll go and wait a turn on the Rest in Peace, so that way I think that with me being on the mulligan, I want to go float mana, Lotus Field, then Rest in Peace next turn, and maybe I walk into Counterspell, but I feel like getting the ramp off is worth it. Okay, resolves, awesome. Good start for us. Yeah, with Rest, like, actually, like, Rest in Peace plus Forge-Tender, how do they beat this? I guess they need to remove one of these. But, like, Rest in Peace plus Forge-Tender is, like, the hard lock against Murktide. Okay, so they could have Spell Pierce up here. So I think I'm going to go Ranger-Captain for Sentinel. Yeah, hardcast Murktide, I guess. Probably not going to lose to that this game. Yeah, I mean, they've got outs, but this is, like, at least incredibly good against them. Yeah, they do play Bolt, yeah, of course. But they can't Bolt the Forge-Tender. Dismember, yeah. These are all cards. Okay, so I'm going to attack with the Ranger-Captain. Probably upkeep Solitude, or try to Solitude the the Channeler. Okay, so now that they've tapped low, I think I'll just go ahead and cast the Showdown. I'll make them pay. We also get the sack to play around Spell Pierce, which is nice. Ghostfire, alright. Yeah, they have plenty of outs. To my totally not rhetorical question. Notably, you cannot put counters from Showdown onto Forge-Tender, because Forge-Tender has protection from white. I think I'm going to actually wait on the Forge-Tender and the Ragavan so I can get the +1 counters. Yeah, I think that's good. Oh, sorry, protect from red. Yeah, Forge-Tender has protection from red, Showdown is red, sorry. Come on. You guys gotta do a little bit of the work, right? Alright. Things seem pretty good that game. Kind of worried about Blood Moon, I guess. Oh yeah, sorry, I shouldn't have played the land from the hand. Forgive me, please. I'm gonna resubmit, I think. I don't think I'm gonna play the Wear Tear. We have, I guess, yeah, Prismatic Ending and Ragavan in combination can deal with Blood Moon, or Ragavan could just get me out of it. I also, you know, have a lot of red cards. I do have a basic planes. Yeah, Fortune seems pretty good. Opponents rethinking their sideboard configuration, it seems. What decks do you bring a Stormbreath Dragon? Blue-white control, 4-color Omnath, or the main 2. Just any deck, any Solitude deck, really. It's important to have like sideboard cards for the blue-white control matchup when you have so many removal spells. Like you need like hard sideboard cards for it. I did not trophy with this off stream, but I did do some testing with it off stream last night. All right, I'll keep this, I guess. Excuse me. Love a double Sentinel start against Murktide always. Don't take the trade. What are my biggest concerns of the list? I don't know exactly how to answer that question, I guess. I'm working on it, alright? I'm working on it. It's still pretty early into the testing process. It feels pretty powerful. Catfish took 15 months. Did I consider a card you consider in the list? I did, actually, yeah. Alright, main phase Channeler, so they're not intending on casting spells. Main phase? Or maybe we're getting Blood Moon here. Okay. Once again, left with no Prismatic Ending for the mismatch islands are also kind of throwing me off. Basic Plains is a nice pickup. I'm really scared of Blood Moon. My opponent's fetched both islands here. So I think I'm just going to play Valakut Awakening tapped. Is there a reason we're running Lotus Field instead of just running for Black Lotus? Black Lotus doesn't combo with Blood Sun, so... And you also get to keep tapping the Lotus Field. You only get to use Black Lotus once, not even, like, a very good card, to be honest. Five Murktide. Okay, not super scary in the face of my Solitude. I will Showdown here, and if they counterspell, I get to draw, you know, 2 cards. And then, I mean, I don't love having to pitch the second Showdown, but I will do it after they sack their explosives. I guess I'll do it in response in case, you know, they have, I guess they can't have anything, no days. Did I miss? I almost missed the Murktide. I almost clicked the Channeler instead. My aim with my mouse has never been good. Okay, Jace. I have Fury for Jace. But I can also go Blood Sun, Lotus Field, Dash Ragavan, Forge-Tender. It's only 5 damage. I guess I could just evoke, or yeah, evoke the Fury maybe. Blood Sun first. So I can play the Flagstones to get, you know, more value, I guess. Nah, I'll just do this, so. Red, or white, red. Dash Ragavan. Forge-Tender counter on Ragavan. Fury Evoke. And then kill the Jace. Does think I lose the counters end of turn, but it's gonna be fine, I think. Joss, the tier 3 subscription. Hell yeah, thanks, buddy. Pretty cool. So we got a ton of mana. Fortune is really good against them. I'm feeling pretty good. They have 3 cards in their hand. Cool. So let's go Dash Ragavan. No counter is nice. Forge-Tender counter on Ragavan. Yeah, Forge-Tender has protection from red, so we can't put the counter on it from the Showdown. Counterspell here. Keep a card on top, but now they have Delirium. So I'll attack. I'll accept this trade. I think I'm not gonna have Forge-Tender because I just have a second Ragavan, which I'll just cast here. Okay, so we're both top decking. I'm ahead on board though, and I'm ahead on mana. Top deck iteration. I mean, sorry, we're not both top decking. They have 2 cards in their hand. I'm top decking, but I'm ahead on board and ahead on mana. They exile Murktide Regent, which will be a 5/5. Which means I can't Fury it if I draw Fury. Yeah, the ability is still red. Yeah, even if Showdown's not in play, you still can't hit it. Pog. Okay, Lotus Field into Blood Sun. Yeah, hitting 3 lands there, not ideal, but at least one of them was Lotus Field. I could have maybe waited on that for a counter. It's probably okay not to. Someone redeemed a deck tech, sorry. Was that? Okay, Kung Pao. Okay. I was able to click away in time. I cannot be rickrolled. Maybe we'll dress down. Okay. Attack for 5. And then they end of turn dress down. Fair enough. But now I can put the counters on the Forge-Tender. Oh, but I drew a land for turn. Pretty devastating drawing a land for turn there. You have so many insane spells at top deck. Yeah, I've brought. I cited out the brought backs in this matchup, but I do have them in the 75 in the main deck. And now we're pretty cold to a counterspell, I guess. A little late on the rest in peace. We can hit Unholy Heat, I guess. Then they have to have just no counterspell. We can also hit Murktide Regent. Yeah, it doesn't do it. Tough stuff, man. Tough stuff. Alright, let's try one more time with this deck and then probably pivot after this. New. You get to have a really low mana curve. You get to play, you know, Ranger-Captain, Ragavan Sentinel, which is a pretty cool combination of cards. Your mana's better, of course. Yeah, I did write a guide for the Blue-White Stoneblade list. It's probably what I'm playing next, to be honest. Okay, keep this. I think I'll put back Ending. Or sorry, brought back. Yeah, Strict Protector is not, I think, a playable modern card at all. I think that people, like... I don't know. I really dislike the Strict Protector. There's a picture on my Twitter show up, but you have to, like, dig pretty deep for it. Murktide again? Okay. Yeah, usually in the spot I ending on turn 1. Because it's kind of bad to play Ragavan and then they get to Bolta to get their surveils off. 1 Hex Parasite to fetch off Ranger-Captain, which seems decent for Showdown. I don't know, it's like, that's good when we have a Showdown, right? But if you have a Showdown, then like you've drawn 4 cards, in theory you're ahead anyways. And like, of course, like the downside seems incredibly high of just like you have to draw a Hex Parasite. You know what I mean? I don't know that we have one available at the moment, Gilded, but if we do, I do have time, but I think that like the 30-minute timer hasn't reset yet. Just gonna jam the Blood Sun. Pay 1 life with 1 mana every turn. Yeah, I know what it does, but it's like Hex Parasite is good when you have Showdown in play. But when you have Showdown, you've drawn 4 cards. Like, I don't know that you necessarily need like the extra card advantage. And like, I'm the one that has to draw Hex Parasite, you know? I'm the one that has to draw Hex Parasite. And Hex Parasite is a pretty underpowered card. Resolving 1 Showdown rarely wins the game, despite it being 4 cards. I don't know that I agree. But you also have brought back to recur Showdown. You have a lot of card advantage. Hex Parasite good versus Murktide. It is not good against Murktide. It's like, it has some game against Murktide, but it is very, very fragile in this matchup, and it's very mana intensive to remove counters from Murktide Regent. It's also not good against Walkers. It's so mana intensive against Planeswalkers. Maybe, I guess you do have a mana sink, but I think I'm just not that about it. I don't know. Is nobody on my side? Does nobody think that Hex Parasite would be like just not worth including in the deck? Oh my gosh, my opponent doesn't know how this works. Playing a just Guy Phoenix list above Manscrew. What do you think it needs to take a one-lander? Very high upside and cantrips. You need both a high upside with the one-lander and cantrips. Okay, thank you, chat. Yeah, exactly. Very Widmore not good in 8% of games. I think that's like a good, you know. This is a lie, but I'm making my opponent feel better. Our opponent gained control of my Ragavan after I dashed it. I told them I had to learn the hard way, which isn't, like, true. I think I'm jamming another Showdown. We can hardcast the Solitude next turn, which is kind of nice. Oh, resolved. Awesome. Yeah, I think I'll just Fury this turn. Can play it kind of slow. Okay, so I can go Ranger-Captain, Sentinel, or just play another Showdown. I think I'll just play another Showdown. Oh, whoops. Say one thing, do another. Okay, Showdown. They found another counterspell, so I don't get this Ranger-Captain, unfortunately, but I do have a ton of mana. Still have the Solitude. They've got 2 cards in their hand. We're doing okay. We're pretty ahead on mana. I imagine that one of their cards, at least, is a Lightning Bolt or Unholy Heat. Makes a lot of sense, at least. I'm going to hold this land in hand for Valakut Awakening. Spellstutter Sprite is kind of spicy. Should have gotten planes just in case. Yeah. It was just, yeah, I'm just thinking this is game 1. I'm just not really, like, expecting. I'm just not expecting Blood Moon, but they could have it. Don't have a, insurance for Murktide Regent anymore, I guess. It is so good that Blood Sun cycles. Okay, Drew Awakening. I'm gonna not attack with Sentinel. I'd rather be able to block a Dash Ragavan. Yeah, they my friends did have their baby, and then I've got another another couple of friends who are having a baby later this week, and the wife is 9 months pregnant, and we play D&D. It's Madison actually, the one who makes my emotes. And she's 9 months pregnant, and she's still talking about playing D&D, even though she's like due to have a baby. Like on the day we play D&D, she's like, okay, if I'm not in the hospital, I do want to play D&D, which is some serious dedication. Yeah, gamer's gonna game. Esther said, Amanda said, I can't believe that you are 9 months pregnant and you want to play D&D. I'm 0 months pregnant. And, like, I don't want to play D&D sometimes. Sometimes I don't want to do anything at all. It's pretty funny. They hit a Valakut Awakening, which is pretty good for them. Thanks, Hero. Okay, that's a good pickup. I guess I get Ragavan. Dash Ragavan. Ranger-Captain really strong. How was Esther's delivery yesterday? I haven't actually asked her yet. Maybe I'll do that. Is there a link for Stoneblade Guide if I want for Saga Blade? I don't know what the link is, you know. You'd have to do some digging. So their hand is Ragavan Mystery card. So I guess I sack Ranger-Captain, Solitude, dash Ragavan. We're unhappy with Just Guy Field build? Of course not. I trophied 3 out of the 5 leagues I think I played with it. But I just want to, you know, try other things. I know they have Ragavan, so I'll definitely play this on 1 with the ability to pop it in case they kill Solitude, dash Ragavan. What's the upside of Boros? Come here, Just Guy. I mean, you get to play Ragavan Sentinel, you get a better mana base, you get to play Showdown, which is pretty good with Brought Back. You get to play Brought Back. I played this deck last night. It did feel really strong, but I'm still definitely just playtesting it right now. They have another Murktide Regent. Dang it. Possibly with Counterspell up. Their hand is Ragavan Mystery card. It kind of feels like Counterspell the way they've been playing, though. Prismatic Ending on 7, 5-head. I think I'm just going to not play around both. They would have bolted my Solitude earlier if they had it in their hand already. They could still top deck it, but... sorry, we could play around bolts by attacking there. For deck tech, do you think a mana link will work? It will work, yeah. Yeah, main deck EE is normal on Murktide. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we could theoretically make 6 different colors right now. If only there were 6 colors. Alright, they find another Murktide Regent and we are dead. Alright, but I want to bring in these 5 cards, cut the brought backs because they're bringing in the rest in pieces, and then cut 2 Furies. Which I think is a good sideboard plan. Yeah, they do have main deck explosives. That's like been very common in Murktide. I don't know why this has been a big point of contention today, but that is a very common thing in Murktide because Murktide is soft to Hammer Time and it's soft to Chalice. Yeah, it's just a one-of. I think Nassif is the one that popularized that. Why concede? My opponent revealed Murktide Regent to their expressive iteration. They were about to cast it and then make their Murktide a 13/13, and I was at 10, right? So I was dead on board. Oh, the Blood Sun turned off the Flood Strand. Okay, well at least we looked at the top card and yeah. Yeah, that is why I conceded, but I did look at the top card of my library. It wasn't an out, at least. What's the reasoning for Forge-Tender over Firewalker Sanctifier? Is it because it's true buff Ranger-Captain? Yeah, that is the reason. I think you're probably overthinking it. That's the reason. It's also like, you know, on the draw better than Ragavan, for whatever that's worth. Katie for 4 months, appreciate you. Hey Chromus, how's it going? Good to see you. Oh yeah, it does work with brought back, that's true, yeah. I think Forge-Tender is a good card in Modern. Probably a little underplayed. Solitude just good enough that nobody plays Path anymore? I mean, I don't know if, like, exactly... Yes, Solitude is so good that nobody plays Path. The answer is yes. But, like, it's not like people were really playing Path before Modern Horizons 2. You know what I mean? People kind of act like Solitude kicked Path, you know, out of the format, but it's like, Path has been bad at Modern for a long time. It's you know, it's maybe always been bad. Has it always been bad? I'm not sure. Yeah, Prismatic Ending too, but it's like, let's not like pretend like Path was like amazing in Modern it's been bad at Modern for a long time. You know what I mean? A lot of Lotus Fields. Path was good in D&T. Path is good in D&T. I've always kind of detested Path in Death and Taxes, since it's like, obviously it's really good when you have Arbiter in play and they can't pay for it, but it's like, you're like a mana denial deck and you're playing a removal spell that gives them mana. You know what I mean? So like, if you don't have your Arbiter in play, it's like, actually I feel really weak. Okay, well I could just sack this. Yeah, that's also like, yeah, well, I wouldn't say that white was a terrible color before MH2, where like Heliod was like the most popular deck, and you know, the most popular deck is a white deck, and I don't know that it necessarily should say white was a terrible color. Or at least, I mean, well, maybe okay, don't have Delirium. I played this. I have 2 more types though. Yeah, not quite. Yeah, I feel like it's a bit of an exaggeration to say white was a terrible color, but not the worst take you could have. Jellyfish Princess, thank you for 2 months. Good username. Good username for sure. Is Vindicate all playable? Yeah, I think Vindicate's actually solid at the moment with the amount of Tron and Murktide. Okay, I need to hit really well. Okay, that's actually fine. It's a start at least. The Murktide is, of course, a big old problem, but we got some stuff going on. Yeah, but with the uptick in Titan and Tron, I feel like Vindicate is playable. Are there any decks that can play Field of Ruin? I mean, there are decks that can play Field of Ruin, but I'm not sure that there are that many decks that should play it, you know what I mean? I kind of want to get hit by this Ragavan. What do you guys think? I think I'm willing to risk it. Exile Canal. Okay, there's a Solitude, but we have not a white card. I can maybe draw one off Blood Sun. I'm also, you know, not quite dead to Ragavan plus Murktide next turn. I did draw a white card. Don't think I want to play one right now into the 2 open mana. Maybe they'll sack the Islet. Storm, I already answered your question, a Storm player. I already answered your question. You need to have a hand with a high upside, and you need to have, you know, like at least 2 1-mana cantrips to keep a 1-lander. Oh, right, we have the Blood Sun in place, so they can't even sack the Islet. So I guess maybe I should have cast out my turn. I would have also got an extra counter, and then now we get got by the 3-mana counter spell. Feels bad. They found a Ragavan. Yeah, they still lose life, but they can't sack to draw a card. So tough to Solitude into the 2 open mana. Upside's obviously really high if they mess up and do something else. I think I'll just start off by cycling this. Could counter on the Ragavan. Out of Lightning Bolt range at least. I know that they have another Ragavan in their hands. So I guess we're dead. I don't think we actually have outs. We could hit like Murktide. Yeah. But yeah, we're dead to the Ragavan. I guess I'll go ahead and hit him though. For old time's sake, and then I think pivot decks here. Do I have Delirium? Just find out, I guess. I do have Delirium, but now I'm just dead to their Ragavan. Dang it. So close. Alright, let's pivot. Deck definitely felt like it was doing some powerful things. I think it's worse than the Jeskai version. Fun list, fun experiment, definitely a lot of options.